Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please give a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Detroit Pistons star Cade Cunningham led his team to a Game 2 win, going up 2-0 against the Cavaliers with a great two-way performance, and I wanted to take a look. So let's get into the film. All right, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come out saying Cade Cunningham, the head of the snake for this one-seeded Detroit Pistons team. 25 points, 10 assists, 2 blocks in this game. But his defense, man, being able to guard James Harden and Donovan Mitchell effectively. And when your best player who has the biggest offensive load in the NBA, this offense does not run without Cade Cunningham. And the fact that he still has the energy to pick up 94 feet on James Harden and Donovan Mitchell in the fourth quarter, like if you're a teammate of his, like there's just no excuse because he does so much on the offensive side of the ball and he's still able to have so many two-way sequences in this game and then keep doing it till the clutch. So, but here on offense, the Pistons run some horns action. The Pistons love this horns alignment. They can run horns page out of this. They can run zoom action. They can just do a simple handoff for Cade Cunningham and some two-man action, which happens here. Horns is just a type of alignment. It's a formation that teams start, and the quickest way to identify horns is two people at or near the elbows of the free throw line. They don't always have to be right on the elbows. They can be free throw line extended right there, but it'll always look something like this. But the Pistons, usually their guys are always directly on the free throw line or on the elbows of the free throw line. And here we just have a simple handoff between Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham. And Cade, again, 10 assists. He should have had more than 10 assists in this game easily. A theme you'll see in this is he is one of the best in this league at noticing help and passing it on time and on target. Like as soon as he sees help out of position, he's firing the ball with no look pass and stuff like that. So as he comes up this handoff, you see James Harden. He's going to squeeze inside. He's going to be at this elbow right here off of Tobias Harris. Cade, just an easy read for him to make no look pass right there to Tobias, who's been great in these playoffs. Then again, I talked about the two-way sequences. I believe like the first 5 clips of this video are going to be two-way sequences from Cade Cunningham. But this one, he's just kind of showing the defensive game plan against James Harden. This one, so James Harden has been one of the best pick and roll handlers for the last 10 years, and it's really dangerous if he can get going in that action, right? So what Cade and the Pistons were doing in this game with James Harden pick rolls, they were icing the screens. When an on-ball defender ices a screen, it means that they're shading their body to the screen, forcing the ball handler to reject it. So they're trying to force James Harden this way away from the screen. Jalen Duren will also be over there to help. Cade Cunningham will chase from behind and try to contain James Harden. So that's basically making James Harden make this pass to the big, and then they'll usually have somebody that's on the opposite side come right here and try to contest or either take away that passing lane. But you see that right there by Jared Allen. That's a shot he can make, but he misses out. And his ability to puncture the paint and blow past his defenders and make plays for himself and others, they were just picking on James Harden in this game on both ends. So just not a good game for James Harden. But again, coming back down, your best player, creating on offense, then guarding Donovan Mitchell. Just listen, I know Donovan Mitchell scored in this play, but going over the screen, staying attached to Donovan Mitchell, forces him to do 2 crossovers. And if Donovan Mitchell's going to score with this good of defense, hey, whatever, man. All right, so in this game, the Cavaliers' off-ball defense was really physical for much of this game. And a tactic that they used a lot was top blocking. So you see Team Wade here. He's locking the top side, and he's playing the top side of Cade Cunningham here. So when this screen comes by Duncan Robinson, he can't use it and come off towards the ball. Now, there was definitely some give and take with this tactic. When it worked for the Pistons, they were able to just reject it and cut just like this, and they were able to get offense out of it. But for the Cavaliers, when it worked for them, they were able to have Jalen Duren at the top of the key and for him to not get the ball to whoever the play was going to, and they forced him into some isolations against Evan Mobley that obviously did not go well. But on this play, you see Dean Wade is top blocking Cade Cunningham, so he's just going to cut backdoor right here. And Asar Thompson had a really good game, especially early on the offensive side of the ball, cutting from the short corner in the dunker spot right there. He has impeccable timing, and of course he is a 0.1% athlete, so he gets the lob there from Cade. But again, two-way sequences coming down. He's guarding Donovan Mitchell. He's gonna top block Donovan Mitchell right here, which turns him into a screener for Evan Mobley, I believe, the inverted pick and roll. And then he goes from guarding Donovan Mitchell to switching on to Evan Mobley, and he forces Evan Mobley to lose the ball. Again, your best player being able to check the opposing team's 2 best players on any given possession is such a luxury. Here, isolated against James Harden, plays great defense and is going to get as good as a contest you are going to get without blocking a shot that leads to Asar Thompson eventually going down and getting a fast break bucket layup attempt right there against Donovan Mitchell. Now we come down, he was just guarding James Harden. Now he's on Donovan Mitchell, goes over the screen. Again, staying attached is probably the most important thing a defender can do when being an on-ball defender on the screen, right? So when he's going over, he's fighting over, but he has to find a way to stay attached to Donovan Mitchell. He does that right here, gets on his side, gets back in front of him, forces him to turn a couple times, and forces the pass. All right, so here we're going to have another example of the Cavaliers top locking Cade Cunningham. We're going to see Jalen Tyson. He's going to tell Keon Ellis that if Cade comes this way, we're switching that, because he's going to top lock Cade Cunningham to make sure that he cannot come up towards the ball. But we see the leverage here, right? So as Tucker Robinson sets this screen, which kind of looks like a flex screen right here, Keon Ellis, you see how far up he is up the floor, and Cade Cunningham, when the screen comes, he's just going to naturally be under Keon Ellis. So when that screen happens, they switch. Cade is under Keon Ellis, but Cade's going to do something really smart. He's going to use his strength, and he's going to push Keon Ellis more up the floor to give more room for this over the top pass by Jalen Duren. The pass gets there, still not a great pass. Cade Cunningham ends up catching it, but then they just play out of the Cleveland scramble, and he scores a 3. Cade Cunningham, again, just noticing help and getting the ball out as soon as he notices that help, so his shooters have enough time. So here, we have a pick and roll with him and Jalen Duren. As Jalen Duren rolls, we're going to see Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Tyson come in. They're going to squeeze in, and what they're trying to do is they're going to try to tag this roll in case Jalen Duren gets to the paint. So the job of a tagger is to stop the roll, so or it's not to stop the roll, but it's just to hit the roll man so he's not getting a free run to the basket. So he's the high tag, he's the low tag right here. So you see, as this pick and roll happens, as Jalen Duren is about to roll, you see both Jalen Tyson and Donovan Mitchell coming to the paint. Now, a lot of this does have to do with the shooters that the Pistons have on their roster, but as Cade Cunningham sees Jalen Tyson come off of Caris LeVert, he makes that pass at the right time, and Caris LeVert knocks it down. All right, so the Pistons go to Ram 77, and that forces 3 switches from the Cavaliers, and they're able to score off that. So first, we got the Ram action. Ram action is an off-ball screen for somebody to go set a ball screen. So Dennis Jenkins is going to set this off-ball screen on Jalen Tyson, and that is going to allow Tobias Harris to set this on-ball screen for Cade Cunningham. Then after the Ram, we got the 77 action. 77 is just 2 on-ball screens. So we got the first by Tobias Harris and the second by Dennis Jenkins. And that creates, again, 3 switches. So at the beginning of this play, we had Keon Ellis on Cade, we had Dennis Schroeder on Jenkins, and then we had Jalen Tyson on Tobias Harris, right? As the play goes on, they finish at 77. Now we got Dennis Schroeder on Cade, Jalen Tyson on Dennis Jenkins, and we got Keon Ellis in the post with Tobias Harris. Now, Jalen Tyson is the stronger of the 3 and obviously the bigger of the 3 defenders. So with Tobias Harris being the guy that loves to be in that mid-post area, he's going to try to scram switch Keon Ellis out of there. So as you see, he's going to eventually tell Keon Ellis just to go, and they switch. But again, Cade Cunningham's ability to get past his defender. As soon as that happens over here, he just chicken wrapped Dennis Schroeder, and as Keon Ellis is about to go back to Dennis Jenkins, Cade Cunningham is driving at the exact same time. So his attention is occupied by that, which leaves Dennis Jenkins in the corner wide open for 3. And again, the Pistons were just picking on James Harden on defense. They were playing him super hard. I believe he had 9 turnovers in his game. And on their offensive side, just blowing right past him in isolation. Again, Cade should have had much more than 10 assists in his games. Gets past James Harden very easily, and it looks like Jalen Duren got fouled, honestly, but he can't make the layup. Again, man, a true number 1 option. Just not saving himself on the defense side of the ball. He could have easily be guarding Dean Wade, right? He could have easily be guarding a guy like Jalen Tyson or Max Strus. No, he's picking up James Harden 94 feet and almost forcing another turnover. James Harden, again, man, isolating on Cade Cunningham. Oh, my God. Listen, man, he gets right past him, and just incredible move by Cade. And we all know how good of a passer Cade Cunningham is, but this is just insane, man. The best passers in this league make the most difficult passes look easy, right? So Cade Cunningham, right, he's gonna see Jalen Duren down here in the paint with Jared Allen, right? Jared Allen is on this side of Jalen Duren, so he knows that Jalen Duren's right shoulder is open. He's going to pick the ball up with his left hand, straight off the crossover to his left hand, and fire this accurately right to Jalen Duren. He didn't have to move, he didn't have to do anything, right to his hand. And again, he should have more than 10 assists in this game, but Jalen Duren does get fouled. All right, so here we got Cade reading the help defense. Again, I thought he just had a wide open shot right here, but as 2 go to the ball, right, you see both Dean Wade and Jared Allen go up to Cade Cunningham. Evan Mobley is going to take 1 step over to Jalen Duren, and Cade fires it as soon as he does, and Tobias hits it. All right, so we have another example of Cade taking advantage of the help. So we have him using his size against Dennis Schroeder at the elbow in the post. Max Strus is not going to let that happen, so he's going to double Cade Cunningham right here. So now we have James Harden in the cover 2 situation. The easiest pass, of course, is to Dennis Jenkins. He's right beside him. That'll be the easiest pass. And he knows that that'll be the first pass that the defense reacts to. So James Harden in this cover 2 situation, obviously you would elect to leave Ron Harden open, but in any situation, this pass is the one that the defense thinks that a guy's going to make. So as Cade Cunningham, he jumps right there, and he looks like he's going to pass to Dennis Jenkins, and you see what that does to James Harden. He comes up the floor off the corner. Just a second. Again, Cade should have had more than 10 assists. All right, so the Pistons go to some horns action. Looked like they were going to go to flex action for Cade Cunningham, but he's just going to set this screen. They're going to clear out for him to get an easy post up, and he literally just takes what the defense gives him. He sees that Jalen Tyson is going to reposition himself to the outside of Cade Cunningham, trying to force him into Evan Mobley. He's not going to drive there, but he's just going to take what the defense gives him, and he's going to do a little fadeaway right there in the post. Very tough from him. And then we have him on the defense side of the ball is going to deter a 3-point attempt. They try to get into some handoff stuff. He does get clipped by the screen of Evan Mobley right there, but then he recovers and makes sure Dennis knows that he can't come into paint. I see some more defensive playmaking by Cade Cunningham. Also, great defense by Duncan Robinson fighting over that screen. But Matt Strus is going to try to cut behind Cade Cunningham. He sees it. He takes the ball. All right, so it's almost crunch time. Just under 6 minutes left. 2-point game as we see. Cade Cunningham, up to this point in the game, I believe had only 8 shot attempts. So of course, like, he was in his playmaking bag, he was getting guys open shots, but you definitely want your top player to shoot more than 8 times, right? With 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He made sure that did not matter. In the fourth quarter, 6 shot attempts, 12 points, no assists. When his team needed him to take the reins, he did just that. Now we got an amazing Varejao screen here by Isaiah Stewart. So a Varejao screen is when a screener comes up to one side of the on-ball defender, and at the last second they flip the angle of the screen, and you're going to see what that does to the screen defender on this play. So as Peep Stu runs up to this side to Dean Wade, Jared Allen is going to set up shop right here and play pick and roll defense like the screen is coming to this side. But you see, as Beef Stew does the Varejao, it flips it at the last second. You see how Jared Allen is out of position now on this pick and roll. He thought the screen was coming to this side. He was going to be here, and Cade was going to dribble right into him right there. But as Beef Stew flips it, you see that Jared Allen has to now go over there, and it's just no use. Cade Cunningham knocks out 3. And again, the Pistons just picking on James Harden in isolation. Cade gets another bucket on him. And if anybody asks you to show me one sequence to encapsulate Cade Cunningham's two-way efforts in this game, this is the perfect one. Up 6, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. It's time to win the game. Cade Cunningham, great isolation defense on Donovan Mitchell. Great contest. He forces a miss. Goes down on the other side of the court. They run Iverson follow empty for Cade Cunningham. An Iverson cut is when somebody cuts from one wing to the other wing with these 2 screens across the free throw line right here. So they kind of like stagger screens, but they're just horizontal right there. So Cade Cunningham's going to use both of those screens at the free throw line, across the free throw line, to get to the other wing. Then the follow part is the screener right here, who is Dennis Jenkins. He's going to follow Cade Cunningham over there. And then the empty part is, of course, the empty corner. They're going to have Dennis Jenkins ghost this screen, and Cade with the cross step back tray ball to put them up 9 with about 2 minutes left. And then it's not over. We go back on the other end. He's still playing defense after that. Right there, ball goes into Evan Mobley. Ball then goes to Max Strus. He gets beat initially, but he bats the ball out of bounds. But that is a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just so you know out there a little bit more. Now we'll see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.